Good. Are you awake this time? How do you feel? Terrible, I assume. Welcome to Chicago, to the necropolis of Chicago. Do you see my breath in the air? It's all an illusion. I'm not breathing. And about this point is when you're going to start to realize that neither are you. Okay, let's get going. You're impressed by a light use of Argos? Well, you're going to be easily shocked, it seems. Where are we? This is the room of a sweet young girl who was hideously and brutally murdered. She's letting us use the room for a while I initiate you, so let's not waste too much time. What? Okay, focus on the most important. You're dead. And no, nothing has been explained. Death turns out to be a dull, hideous, and perplexing mystery. A lot like living, but just the worst. You sure you don't remember anything about your life before or after death? Well, I'm sure it'll come back to you when you rediscover your fetters. Fetters, yes. That's what keeps us wraiths in the Shadowlands. That's what attaches us to the Skinlands, to the land of the living. Something important. Something unresolved. Something keeping us there. I've been lucky enough to have an incredibly solid fetter. My fetter is Rome and the entire Roman Empire. After they massacred all of us on the banks of the Danube River, I swore I would not rest until every single one of their descendants was wiped from existence. As you can see, I have a very solid fetter, whereas most ghosts might have something much lighter. The play they wanted to finish, the love they wanted to say a last goodbye, or something a bit more carnal too. Sometimes they're surprising. Sometimes it's just the memory of the view from your window, the place you wanted to visit and never quite could. Anything can be your fetter. It's what's keeping you back in this world. It's what's preventing you from transcending to maybe a better existence. It's what's keeping you alive. So guard your fetters well. The other thing that's keeping you going is passion. Passion for revenge, passion for love, passion for change. All these passions that you feel, that humanity feels, you will feed off them. You will feed off these emotions, and that'll keep you going, because life in the unlife down in the Shadowlands is hard, and you need anything to keep you going. So, in a sense, you are a shell, a ghostly shell, kept in place by fetters animated by passions of others, and with a long, long, long eternity to ponder all the useless things you could do. Though luckily, most wraiths don't last that long. You hear a gnawing voice at the back of your head telling you how unworthy you are, how ridiculous you are, how incompetent you are. That is the voice of oblivion. That is the voice of your shadow. All the doubts, all the hesitations of the human condition, They've come alive within you. Every voice that mutters how inferior you are, what a disappointment you are, how you just should give up. Yes, that voice is still there, and it's louder than ever. It's got its own voice, and it's calling to you. If you listen to it, it will bring you to oblivion. It'll suck you into utter annihilation. And sometimes, when you're damaged, when you're weak, you'll be sucked into a harrowing, and it'll try and destroy you psychically and try and take control. And then your ghost may emerge under the control of your shadow, doing destructive things against all that you care about. Do it too long, if it takes over, you'll become a spectre, a servant of oblivion. But even there, you won't know any rest. Because when you become a spectre, your psyche, yourself, now becomes the voice in the back of your mind, pushing you towards survival again. There is no rest, except for oblivion and transcendence. Transcendence? It's an old story about wraiths who've not destroyed their fetters, but resolved them, and attained a wisdom. You know, martial arts movies, Buddhist things as presented in the West, all that nonsense. Deep, deep wisdom. And you resolve it, and in a glow of yellow light or whatever, golden aura, you ascend to the real afterlife, where they probably just sit around and mock us ghosts. At least that's the story that people will tell you. That happened to a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of an enemy, of an acquaintance, of a rumor, of a story, of a myth that they once heard. But, by all means, go looking for transcendence if you feel like it. You've got all the time that you want.